Kia ora and welcome to Business Your Way, a podcast where I take you behind the scenes and look at the strategies, systems and support needed to grow and scale an online service business. One that not only supports you and your family financially, but one that gives you the freedom to live the life of your dreams. I'm taking the many lessons learnt over the last 2 decades of running my own business and working with hundreds of clients to bring you what's working now conversations. I'm pulling back the curtain to bring you real stories from real people, including myself. We're going to talk about everything from how to get clarity on your vision, creating systems so you can automate and delegate, how to hire a kick-ass team that creates raving, returning and referring clients. We're even going to talk about how to kick those limiting beliefs to the curb so that you can flourish in your business. I'm your host, Sandra Julian, an Indigenous mama of 3, fashion-loving sewist and business strategist. Each week, I want to help you dream big, plan well, and do the work to grow and scale your business your way.
This episode of the Business Your Way podcast highlights a selection of valuable tips our guests have discovered along the way on their business journeys.
Yvette Mayer is a business coach and seasoned marketing professional. She is a self-appointed, lit up and liberated entrepreneur. Leaving her corporate life to go into business for herself has changed her life, and now she lives every day lit up and liberated. And if that is not what she feels every day, then she's doing the wrong thing.
Having Kajabi as my one platform has made my life very easy from everything's in one shop front, so I can easily navigate, from my offers to my email marketing to my course, everything being in that one place has really been joyous, I would say.
Yeah.
You make your own luck, right? I worked really hard to get to this point in my life, really hard.
Yeah.
And I've been through the worst of times. And so, I've earned this. That's how I feel. And when people say, you're so lucky, I'm like, yeah, but you make your own luck.
My name is Kristen. I live in Niagara, Ontario, so just north of the New York border, for those of you kind of listening in. And I work as a business growth and systems strategist in clients' businesses. And so there's a couple different parts of what I do with my clients, but essentially it boils down to once your business is generating consistent revenue and you've got clients coming in, what you tend to be lacking now is time. All right. And with that comes this pressure and this stress of, oh my goodness, can I grow my business? Can I continue at this pace? And that's where I kind of get to kind of step in and help them figure out what kind of strategy and what kind of systems they need to put in place to help them really gain control of that chaos and feel really good about the business they're building and building a sustainable business that is going to be with them, for time to come. And so like anyone else who is new to the online space, especially somebody who has no background in business, I started taking all of the courses I could get my hands on. And through doing that, you join numerous Facebook groups and what have you. And what I found was because I had taken so many different courses, I had all of this knowledge that perhaps these students in this group didn't have. And I was spending all of my time helping them figure out the next steps and the next pieces to grow their business. And about 6 months into that, my partner says to me, he says, so how's your business going? And I'm like, well, I don't have any clients. He's like, how can that be? You've been up there every night working at it for 6 months. And I said, well, I haven't exactly been marketing my services. I've been helping all these other coaches. And that's kind of when things came full circle. And I'm like, wow, I was 7 years of project management in corporate and commercial litigation, working in the university environment, teaching the students all these things. And now it's come full circle. It's like, this is it. This is the right space for me to kind of bring all of these pieces together and create something that's going to have an impact on the world at the level I want it to have. So then I got certified to become a director of operations, and the rest is kind of history from there. One of the great things about being a service provider versus any of the other business models out there is that you can actually do a whole lot with a very small team. I definitely do not charge an hourly rate, and I don't recommend that for anybody out there listening who is a service provider looking to grow and scale, because as you get better at your craft, you just do it faster, and you don't want to be penalized for being better at something by, taking home less money because now you're working less hours. And so I always recommend creating packages or what have you.
I'm Lisa Zaratny. I'm the founder of Positively Productive. I'm a productivity and organizing coach, certified in time and stress management, helping multi-passionate creatives. I use simplicity, self-awareness, and systems to help them boost productivity, balance business and family, and do it simply and sustainably so we can avoid burnout. There's so much going on, right? We're trying to juggle all the things. We need to figure out what it is that we're juggling that maybe needs to be set aside. So we're not juggling it, not right now, or maybe not ever. We need to make some choices, and what belongs in that space of yours, that space of your life, your business, what you're trying to achieve. And then we can figure out if there are things that are in there that really have no place at all, things that maybe don't have a place for a while that are someday, but a not now. And we go through and we process and we prioritize. Then we can start to get to the different tools and the techniques, the systems and the habits that will help you. It's considering what tasks need what kind of focus from you, what kind of energy from you, and not only what you bring to it, but what those things take from you. What I practice as well is creating enough open space, or what I call buffer space, in your calendar, that you have transition time between tasks, between people, that you have time to give yourself what you need, whether you're trying to avoid being hangry, or you've got to hydrate, or you need to rest, or you need to just process what just happened.
My name is Bianca. I am a military spouse currently stationed in Madrid, Spain. So that's really how I started my business. Was we move a lot. We move every 2-3 years. And I often have to quit jobs that I love to, move overseas. And sometimes when we're overseas, I can't work. And so that's where I decided to start a business that I can take with me. I currently am the CEO and founder of Simplified VA Services. So we help female entrepreneurs simplify their business through social media management and virtual assistant services and content repurposing. We believe in a simplified business. So I believe everybody should outsource. I believe outsourcing will help you grow your business. And so I spend a lot of time nurturing relationships, getting on summits, speaking. And I don't really like speaking, but that's the part of, getting out that shyness of being, the CEO of my business. People are telling people, become a VA, as if it's easy. And so what we're seeing is when people go into Facebook groups and they say, well, I need something to make money. I want to stay home with my kids. I want to leave my teaching job. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to work these long hours. I see people say, become a VA, become a virtual assistant. But then I come in and say something different. Understand that this is a business, that when you become a VA, that you're not an employee, you're a 1099 contractor, you are working for yourself. There's a lot that goes into it. So while we see a big tick of people wanting to be VAs, we also see them wash out very quickly. So I think there's that disconnect where people think, I'm going to be VA, I'm going to get a client. And then 3 months later, they don't have a client. But they don't know how. So that's when coaches like me come in and say, let me teach you, let me show you the how of how to get a client, not just, go into Facebook groups. That's great. But what do you do with these Facebook groups? Like, how are we getting clients? And so we teach them, the elevator pitch, to have a portfolio and things like that, so they can really start to go out there and get clients. But it does take time.
I'm Holly McHugh. I'm a sales and messaging coach for service-based entrepreneurs. So in a nutshell, how I help my clients is I help them get laser focused on their positioning so they can really be seen as a must-have. I support them to master their messaging so they can communicate their value and really be seen as a no-brainer, and ultimately help them to share their brilliance so they can create effortless sales without paid advertising. Effortless sales can only happen when you have mastered your message and your positioning and all the things that kind of underlie that. Like, the sale is actually the very final part. And people are only ever going to buy from you when they first bought into you. And that's where all of the branding comes in, right? All of your communication, saying what it is that you do, really creating that connection with your audience through your content marketing. That's where the sale actually happens. The other piece that I always love to share about niching as well is you can have more than one avatar within your niche. And I feel like this is the moment which is just like, hallelujah, for the majority of people, because I think a lot of people are like, I just don't want to always work with this group of people till kingdom come. Well, you don't have to. Until we truly understand that it's not actually about us. It's about the people that we know we can help with the things that come effortlessly and easily and naturally to us that do not come easily and effortlessly and naturally to the people we're looking to help. As soon as we recognize it's not about us, it's about them, everything changes, because then it becomes, a sense of duty to ensure that we're making it easy for people to find us and making it easy for people to get to the support and the solutions that they crave that would make an amazing, incredible, beneficial impact in their lives, in their work, their health, relationships, whatever it is that you focus on.
I own ER Marketing Services, and we help entrepreneurs create marketing strategies and write content for their website, blog posts, social media, and emails or newsletters. And how we make money is the content writing and the strategy. Our unique approach is that we use an interview style approach. And we were just really I was finding that there's many times a disconnect in a traditional way when a company is handing over their marketing to an agency who is not an expert in that industry at all. And they're trying to make up content without having any of the stories or the passion or that knowledge of the industry that the owner, if it's a solo business, or the team has. So by doing an interview style approach, we really get a unique take on it from the owners or our key partner in the company's, their perspective. We can't make up stories, client stories, good or bad, or why a product or a service came to be and how it does that. So it just brings back that personal and the storytelling aspect to it, which everyone loves a story. That's why we're talking today, right? We're lifting the veil on the behind the scenes because people want to know what's really happening. I actually want to say that my biggest wins are also the greatest struggles. I just had to switch my mindset. When I come at it from a place of giving, not wanting to get anything from it, I'm just giving. That's what lights me up because it goes along with my why of helping others. Yes, I need to be the one who does certain things that I choose to do, but when I have help, then we are ultimately serving our clients and potential clients better.
Before you go today, I wanted to say thank you for being here and listening all the way to the end. All of the links to this week's episode can be found in the show notes, or if you like to read a really good blog, then you can head over to my website at sandrajulian.co/podcast. Now, you've probably realized that running a business is not for the faint-hearted. There are challenges coming at you left, right, and center every day. But I'm here to tell you that challenges are only challenges because you haven't yet found an answer to them. The solution could actually be easier than you may think. But if you're anything like me, you tend to overthink or overanalyze the solution that is right in front of you. So what do you have to do to become the best boss you could possibly be? Well, you could go and take my 2-minute free agency owner persona quiz at sandrajulian.co/quiz. Here you'll find out how you can scale and streamline your business without compromising you and your lifestyle. I can't wait to know what your results are. So once you've done the quiz, why don't you take a screenshot, jump over to Instagram, share it on your stories, and don't forget to tag me. I'm at sandrajulian.co. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure that you hit the subscribe button to get notified of the new episodes as soon as they're released. And if you listen on Spotify or the Apple Podcast app, then I'd really appreciate if you could rate the show and perhaps leave a quick review if you are on the Apple app. Those 5 stars would mean the world to me, and it would help get this show in the ears of more online service business owners. Alrighty, my friend, have the most productive week, and I will talk to you again real soon.